Hey guys, I'm Mark Scott, and thanks for checking out another voiceover tip. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page, you will never have to miss another one of these videos ever again. Check it out at facebook.com/MarkScottVoiceover. So I think we can all safely agree that the number one marketing tool that you have in your arsenal is going to be your demo or demos if you have multiple. I think we can all agree on that without very much debate at all. But what would you say is the second most important marketing tool in your arsenal? Now, this one might be up for a little bit of discussion, but I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, I believe that the number two tool that you have is your website. After all, that's probably where you're going to be sending a lot of people to hear your demo. It's also where they're going to find your contact information and be able to get a hold of you. It's where they're going to find out a little bit about your history, maybe your biography. Maybe they're going to see a list of clients that you've worked with or projects that you've worked on. Your website is going to be, in my opinion, the second most important tool that you have. But for a lot of people that are starting out, they don't have a website. And the reason they say they don't have a website is because they can't afford it. I hear from talent on an almost weekly basis who are telling me that they can't afford a website, but it's something that they're saving up for. Well, I want to talk to you about that because I can speak on this one from personal experience. When I was getting started in voiceover, I didn't have a website, but I knew that I needed one. I knew that I needed some place to share my information. I knew that I needed some place to share my demo. So I decided that I was going to figure it out. One way or another, I was going to get myself a website. You would be amazed at the number of free resources that are available to you on the internet to be able to figure out how to get a website up and running. And I did the whole entire thing for peanuts. Literally. It was not thousands of dollars like some people think that it's going to cost. Did I get a professionally designed website? Well, not in the sense that I had a professional designer work on it, but I'm very happy with my website. In fact, at this point now, I have almost a dozen websites that I maintain, and every single one of them I built for myself. So you're going to start out looking for web hosting. This is where all of the data is going to get stored. There are a lot of different options that are out there. There is GoDaddy, there's DreamHost, which is what I use. There's Bluehost, which I've set other people up on. And with some of these different hosting companies, you can get hosting for anywhere from about $4 to $10 a month, depending on the package that you want. And for most of you, those $4 or $5 a month packages, more than what you are going to need. So you would be perfectly fine with them. And in addition to that, almost every single hosting company now, when you sign up for a hosting package, gives you a free domain, which means that you can now register your own .com, .ca, .net, .org, whatever you choose. You can register it for free as part of your hosting package. Do you know what that means? It means for $5 a month, you now have a website with your very own personal domain for your business. Who can't afford $5 a month? It means that you buy one less coffee 12 times a year, and you now have your own professional website and a professional email address. Because I'll tell you right now, if you are direct marketing your voiceover business and those emails are coming from @gmail.com or @hotmail.com or @icloud.com, that does not make a good first impression. It doesn't look professional. But when I send an email from Marc at markscottvoiceover.com, if you send an email from your name at yourname.com, it's going to look professional. It's going to increase the amount of times that you are getting read and noticed and replied to. And you can have it for about $5 a month. Now, the next thing that I knew that I needed to do was get a website built. And for that, there is WordPress, and WordPress is free. And I think that all of the different hosts that I mentioned to you, I know for a fact Bluehost and DreamHost, both will install WordPress on your domain for absolutely no charge. WordPress is free to use when you have your hosted domain. And if you're worried about the fact that you're not a software engineer, WordPress is probably one of the most user-friendly pieces of software that I have ever used in my entire life. You will be able to look at this software and figure it out. If you can type, you can build a website. Not to mention the fact that if you go onto YouTube and do a search for WordPress, you are going to find thousands of tutorial videos that will help you figure out how to do absolutely any of the things that you need to get done. So you now have WordPress installed on your domain with your professional email address. And again, it still only costs you $5 a month. Now, where you can start to spend a little bit of money, but not a lot, is on the actual design and layout of your site. Now for that, a lot of people want to go to a professional designer, and I understand that. And one day, once you get your business up and running, you're going to be able to go to a professional designer and have a professionally designed website. But in the meantime, with your free WordPress, you can buy a theme. And you can find themes for anywhere from about $25 up. Most of the themes that I use have cost me around $50. And right now, I maintain about a dozen different websites. And every one of them are with WordPress, and every one of them have used a theme from a website called themeforest.net. Check that site out. Literally thousands and thousands of professional themes to choose from. You download a zip file, you upload it through the WordPress platform, and within 2 minutes, you have a professionally laid out website waiting for you to add content to. When we don't know how to do something, and we don't want to learn how to do something, we make up excuses for ourselves to make us feel better about the fact that we haven't done it. So, with a website, we say, well, I'm not a web designer. I don't know how to code. I can't afford it. And all of those are just excuses. In this day and age, to build a website, you do not have to be a web designer. You do not have to be a coder. And I feel fairly confident that we can all afford $5 a month to get a professional website to invest in our voiceover business. This is where you're sending your clients and potential clients. You want something professional. You want something that's going to look good. And with all of the tools that are available for you now, you can do it, like I said, for about $5 a month, which means there's no excuse to not. Hey guys, so what do you think? There are a lot of different options that are out there for building websites, and I've only talked about a couple of them. Have you got another suggestion that you would like to pass along, another tip or a trick that somebody could use to get their first website up and running? I'd love to hear from you. Let's get a dialogue going in the comments below. Thank you so much for liking the video, for sharing the video, for passing it around on your social networks as well. I really appreciate it. Let's get connected. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/MarcScottVoiceover. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/MarcScott. And of course, you can check out my voiceover blog at marcscottvoiceover.com. And finally, if you're looking for some free advice delivered to your inbox on a regular basis, sign up for my newsletter at newsletter.marcscottvoiceover.com.